Welcome to the Lee Michaels Show with Carol and your daily cast of characters, where we discuss the issues of the day, entertainment news, what's really going on in Washington, and the world. Why don't we just hear it from the horse's mouth himself?
We can't have someone in the Oval Office who doesn't understand the meaning of the word confidential or classified. I don't think it's safe to be briefed on national security because the word will get out. I know at some point they're going to be calling, they're going to want to brief me, but I'm not a talker about this stuff. This is like Watergate, only it's worse. Because here, our foreign enemies were in a position to hack our most sensitive national security secrets.
Shut up.
Of course, it turns out the Russians didn't need to hack Hillary's email server. They were able to hack Trump's mouth.
This is like Watergate, only it's worse.
Yes, it is, ladies and gentlemen.
The Lee Michaels Show on the Power of Voices Radio Network.
Welcome to the show. I am Lee Michaels, and it's time for a little fun as we jack up this jackass president one more time. Oh, man, when am I going to get satisfied here and just say, ladies and gentlemen, Donald Jackass Trump has resigned. I just, I'm looking forward to that day.
I would rather hear them say he's been assassinated.
No, don't do it. I don't want him to die.
I wouldn't care.
I don't want him to die. I just want him to get the hell out of this office. Just go somewhere else and play golf or do whatever you're going to do. Just leave. You have caused so much hate and discontent.
Well, he should have kept his mouth shut when they were at that meeting. They had asked him not to talk about that man.
Well,
I just think he thinks he's on The Apprentice.
Well, he is still tripping. No doubt about that.
Look what he's doing to Puerto Rico. He will not open and let ships come from other countries to help them out.
Yeah.
But then they do have a ship in there. I've seen that with all kinds of stuff, but they have no trucks to come and get the stuff.
That's the biggest problem right now.
Yeah, nobody can come get it.
Moving it around to. But you know what? Listen, my dad used to say, where there's a will, there's a way. And I know he didn't coin that phrase, but he used it often. And listen, we have military helicopters that can pick those cargo boxes up and drop them wherever you want them. All you have to do is organize this thing. Listen, if I can sit here and figure out how to do it, why can't they? Okay? They can pick these boxes up, these freight boxes where all the food and medical supplies, whatever is in these boxes. All they have to do is say, okay, what's in this box? Okay, this is food. Where do we need food right now? Okay, pick this box up, have people on the other end where it's going to be dropped off to be ready to open that box up and distribute the food. Or the medical supplies goes to the hospitals or the tents that they're setting up for medical relief. I mean, come on. We have the capabilities. We do it when we stage wars. We can move stuff right. You don't need no freaking trucks. Stop making excuses and get the freaking job done. I don't want to hear it. You knew this was going to be a catastrophic hurricane. You knew that. You told us.
Well, isn't there possibly a volcano erupting now somewhere out there in Mexico or something?
I haven't heard about that, but nothing would surprise me. It wouldn't surprise me. Oh, no, wait a minute. That's the wrong one I'm giving. That's for an iPhone. All right. But listen, I'm sick and tired of hearing excuses. Well, we have to stage everything and get it to where it's going to go. Okay, it's there. You got shit sitting on the docks there. You got boats sitting out in the ocean waiting to come in. I don't want to hear it. You're so damn smart. You know how to do everything because you're a businessman. All right, show me what you know. And it's not, listen, I'll give him a pass to this degree. Yeah, he's the president of the United States. But he's supposed to have advisors and experts in every field known to mankind. Okay? You got your FEMA people. You got your HUD people. You got your people in charge of the education and transportation and all that shit. Get all these worthless piece of shit clowns in a room and get it done. That simple. Put a plan into action. But people should not be sitting on beaches and in flooded areas still. Get these people straight. And listen. What about the Virgin Islands? That's also a U.S. territory. I don't hear jack shit talking about that, and they were devastated too. What about the people in the northern part of Cuba? I know we don't have friendly relationships, but they're human beings. Maybe this is a bridge that we need to have to reach out and help somebody else. Those people need help as well. There are a lot of islands that are not U.S. territories that are devastated. They have nothing left. Nobody's talking about that. We have organizations like Red Cross. 16 to 20% of every dollar that they receive actually goes to help people. And when you make a donation to them, you don't know whether it's going to go to hurricane or tornado or to a barbecue. We don't know. You don't know what you don't know. So it's time. Stop pussyfooting around. Stop making excuses. Let's get it done. Our military can move shit at a blink of an eye. We have the physical, the technology. We have the physical capabilities and the technology to do it. We do it every day. They pick these metal boxes up and move them around. How do you think the military equipment gets to where they need to go when they're out there on the battlefield? That's how it's done. So I don't want to hear it. I don't hear no excuses. You knew this was going to be a catastrophic storm. Something that they hadn't seen in that island for, 90 years? So you should have been prepared. You should be staged outside of the affected area. You knew just as soon as I did. I knew it. Chris Bass knew it. Alfo knew it. Carol knew it. Everybody in the world knew it. But we're still making excuses. And hospitals down there running out of fuel, unacceptable. We can fuel airplanes in the sky. We can fuel boats on the ocean. We can make clean water for drinking out of salt water. So don't give me no damn excuses. Let's get it done. Good morning, Chris Bass. What's up?
Boom shakalaka. Good morning to you, Lee. Good morning, Carol. How you doing?
Good morning.
We're doing all right. I'm still pissed off, but, you know.
I can tell you're beyond pissed at this point. You're the highest point of passivity. And that's a good thing. Yeah, because, you know what's going on in your universe, and rightfully so. And the ducktail, what you're talking about, when I was a mere youth back in the day, I used to watch this show on ABC called The $6 Million Man, starring Lee Majors.
I remember that.
And he was an astronaut, right, who went into space, and they had to rebuild him because of an accident they had, crash landing on Earth. And so when the narration comes on, they said we could rebuild him. Mm-hmm. We have the technology. And I reminded that just what you talked about, we can help rebuild these cities. We have the technology. We have it.
Sure.
But I think it's very selective of people like 45 because they just don't care. As you know, we've seen before, the man, and I don't kind of call him a man. I don't know what he is nowadays, but and I don't even remember what he was. But he has no compassion for anything. Yep. And when I reiterate my point as president, when we're having troubled times and horror and controversy, it takes the president to help heal the nation. Mm-hmm. He can't do that. He's incapable of doing this, so we have to heal ourselves. And
I agree.
In a roundabout way, mostly maybe we can take a positive out. I know it's not easy to do, but maybe we can trust more of ourselves than him.
Well, we have to. And unfortunately, the Cajun Navy is not available, to go that far. Every day people with little boats that can move around and stuff like that. But this is beyond those type of capabilities.
Right.
You know, this is much bigger. It's 3.5 million people down there, and it's catastrophic. You know, and again, I'm concerned about the people on the other islands around there that were affected.
Right. Absolutely.
You know, to the same scale. The Virgin Islands, for example, and other islands around the Virgin Islands in that same area. We got Uncle Pervy, the heavy breather, in there. Good morning, Alfo.
Hi.
Will you turn that thing down?
Lee,
Come on, man.
Carol, how y'all doing? Chris, how you doing?
Good.
All right,
how you
we're
doing,
good,
sir?
man.
Look, Lee, I've noticed you've been on a very high agitated rant
Yeah.
since about Monday.
Yep, that's right.
What
I'm
don't
sick
you
and tired
understand?
of being
What
sick
don't
and
you
tired.
understand about this? What is it that you're missing?
I don't think I'm missing anything.
I think you're missing a lot. I think that at this point, you've come to the conclusion that there are no solutions.
No, I
Except
think they're
for
very
to-
simple solutions. We just need to
If
do
they
them.
were so simple, we would have them done, wouldn't we? No, we can't have them done because there is someone who is purposefully obstructing solutions. There are people who are standing in the way of cognitive reasoning. And when I tell you that, I simply say this. If you don't turn into the fight, it will consume you. And it appears to be consuming you, sir.
Well, you know what? I guess my rants are to ring the bell and say, you know, this is unacceptable. I'm vocalizing my frustration with the fact that these jackasses are doing nothing. Well, very little. They're not doing enough. Okay? If we want to be the power of the world, we are superior to everybody else. Show me that you can get what I think right now is it's a massive, but there's some simple solutions to the problems. There's no reason that there are cargo boxes sitting on the docks in San Juan, Puerto Rico, and not being able to move them in some fashion. Oh, we don't have any trucks. We don't have drivers. We don't have gas. We have helicopters. We can get those, what do they call, Chinooks, some big-ass helicopters that can pick up 5 of those boxes at one time and move them. So let's get that done.
Well,
They
Congressman
can't.
here.
The trucks can't get to them. They can't find them.
We know that, but a helicopter can get to them.
They're saying that
Yeah,
the
but
roads
where
are
are they
so
going to get the
bad,
hell?
all
Our
that.
president doesn't want anybody to help them.
Well, this is my point. We have military down there already. Get some more.
I mean,
we got
we-
10,000 military people on the ground to service 3.5 million people. Not
We have
enough.
one entertainer. He's sending his private plane in to get people with cancer out of there. But now Trump's gotten where he won't give them free airline flights, nothing. I mean,
He's
I don't
charging-
get it.
He's charging them for transportation.
Yeah,
for their
I don't get it.
evacuation.
I don't get it.
Well, that's
Get
my point.
rid of this man.
That's my point.
Leave your passport and for collateral so you can pay us back for flying your ass out of here. No, come on. At what
see-
point? Go
Yeah,
ahead.
sorry, go ahead.
Chris.
No,
Oh, no,
I was
go.
just saying real quick about celebrities. I was reading about the owner of the Dallas Mavericks, Mark Cuban, having his private jet sent out to give out water bottles and supplies. So like I said before, it becomes more individualized because we can now wait for this president or anybody else to say we're supposed to help you and won't. We have to help ourselves. And if we're in a position of, a serious money flow, well, like a millionaire or millionaires, then they should do, I think, what they can to help out. Going back to Mark Cuban or others who feel that, I'm gonna take the lightning rod and help you myself. I won't want anybody to want to come and help me. Let's do it now.
That's all good and well. And I think individuals should do what they can do. We all should do whatever. I've made several donations. I don't have the funds to charter a plane and send down, a bunch of stuff, but I have made donations, even to the Red Cross, reluctantly. But at least I know some portion of that money is going to go to the people in need. It may not go to where I hope that it would go, but it's going somewhere at this point. Now,
Right.
yes, individuals should and can do, and individuals are doing what they can. But when it's something this large, and when you want people to vote for you, when you want people to allow you to use their island so that you can have military facilities and on and on and on and on, then it's time to come to their aid. This country is upside down. The Virgin Islands are upside down. Let's get it done. We have the military capabilities. That's when you pull in the National Guard and your Navy and your Army and your Air Force. Let's get it done. Let's stop making excuses. Oh, well, it's a very complex thing. What? It's because you're sitting on your ass doing nothing soon enough, period.
And it's funny, people that are animal activists are going in there. They're bringing thousands of pets here because I'm donating to that.
Well, that's good.
To get them adopted out and help feed them.
Yeah, it's a catastrophic. It's a major undertaking. But a week after the hurricane is gone, more than a week now.
2 weeks.
Exactly.
And they don't have water.
And the basic things, running out of fuel
Right.
to keep the generators running at hospitals? Really? Really? And we have a surplus of oil and gas in the United States of America.
And we also have a military that can deploy in over 800 places in the world and create communications,
That's right.
supply their own clean drinking water, and all types of medical facilities.
That's right. Floating
set up.
hospitals.
That's all they have. I mean, he's taken 2 weeks to raise the Jones Act, to lift the Jones Act.
Is that
But
done now?
he gave it to Florida and he gave it to Texas right away. But he waited 2 weeks. Then he wants to talk about the debt. And not one reporter, not one news outlet pushed back on him and said,
Yeah.
you can start by paying your $33 million that you left them holding the bag with. Therein lies your problem. This man has absolutely no one
Yeah.
to push back on him. And when I say no one, I mean no one. But as the clock ticks, this Russian investigation is getting closer and closer.
Yeah.
The water of treason is lapping up closer and closer to his doorstep. I do believe Manafort and Flynn
They're gonna
have
sing
flipped
like
on him.
you think they're gonna
I
start
think
singing?
they've already flipped on it.
Really? Well,
Yes.
I think that's appropriate. You know, I mean, you can't protect a guy like this when he's done so much bad stuff. And listen, when you're the top dog, you accept and you are responsible for the good and bad that goes down. When you're the top guy and things go down on your watch, you can't skirt it. You can't just fire everybody and say, "Oh, they made a mistake." No, you have to take the responsibility for the fuck up.
Well, we'll see what happens.
Plain and simple.
I don't like it. We'll see what happens.
Every
We'll see
corporate
what
job
happens.
I've ever had, if things went well, I got the credit for it. If it didn't go well, if my ratings went down, my boss would come to me and say, "Lee, what happened?" And I can't sit there and scratch my freaking head and say, "Well, I don't know. It wasn't my fault. The staff didn't do what I told them to do." Well, that is your fault, sir. You're responsible for everything that goes over the air, right? Yes. Well, okay. So either you're going to fix it or somebody else is going to fix it. But I want to fix, and I want it right now. No problem. Yes, sir. Mr. Anderson, Kearney L. Anderson, and I have had that talk. Okay? When things don't go well, somebody's responsible for that. So you gotta man up, pull up to the bumper and fix it. I have never, ever fired an entire staff to save my ass, or any one individual to save my ass. If my staff followed my instructions, and if my instructions did not work, I raise my hand and say I'm responsible because my staff carried out every order I gave. They followed the format. It's my fault, sir. I know what happened. I know how to fix it. And I'm not going to tell you it's going to take me 3 months to fix it. It'll be done tonight.
You're fired.
Fine. Shoot me in the head. I'll take that bullet. I'll take that bullet to save my staff that followed my instructions. That's fair and just. We must be having an internet issue here today because you guys have been scratchy from day one. Let me reset on my end here. So you guys just stand by. Let me do a little browser reset here. Sometimes that fixes the issue. But, yeah, I mean, that's the way it works. You don't go around and put a bullet in somebody else's head when they followed your directions. If they go against what you ask them to do, that's a whole nother thing. Then you have the right to make a move on that individual if they don't follow your instructions. If they don't carry out the battle plan, then, okay, then they have to take that bullet.
Is it clean now? Still choppy?
No, it's still jacked up. And it must be on our end because both of you sound the same way today. Alpha, let me hear you.
I thought you could hear me breathing.
Well, we did.
I can smell your breath.
It really was
Oh,
so
Jesus, Carol. Jesus, why don't you tell us about the horse you shoed the other day? Come on. Let's change the subject completely.
You know, did you guys see what was going on in the Bronx yesterday? Was it yesterday when the kid stabbed the other kid?
I didn't see that.
I went and read this story, and this kid had been bullied and bullied. And kids, you know, said that when it happened yesterday, somebody threw a pencil and stuff at him. And I guess you bully somebody for so long. But it's sad because one kid's dead and one's on the verge. But kids were defending the boy that did this. They said they just bullied him continuously. And it goes back to the same thing. When you constantly bully somebody, they snap eventually.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because almost everybody you've seen that did things like this is somebody that's been bullied.
Well, you know what?
See, when I get bullied, I just don't come around for a minute.
Well, that's probably a safe thing to do. But these are kids, so I have to go after the parents. You know? The parents are allowing this shit to happen. So first thing I do is go directly to the parents. Say, look, you got to get your little badass baby's kid straightened out here. He can't come back to school until you got him or her under control. And in fact, we're going to fine you for allowing this crazy kid to come into school and cause disruptions.
You know, sometimes the schools ignore it.
Well, that's
because
a problem.
I've seen kids bullied so bad that the school wants that kid to leave.
How about...
I mean, I had a daughter that was bullied. I mean, they tied her up with a rope, led her around the school. They burned her. They cut her hair off.
They're still alive?
Yeah, shit, my daughter's alive.
No,
but
I'm talking about the bullies.
Some of them are alive. They might have scars now. But I'm just saying, sometimes... being pretty is a handicap. Being handsome is a handicap. And people don't realize that, how jealousy can be.
Yeah.
And they're horrible bullies.
Jealousy all my life with people, rat bastards.
Well, your mother was a principal, so...
I can do that.
So I'm just saying bullying's terrible. There needs to be something that, when they continue to bully, it should be considered a crime.
Absolutely.
Let's give it a theme song.
You know,
let's give it a theme. Let's give the bullying a theme song. From now on, we'll play "Pop Goes the Weasel."
Well, I don't think it's anything to joke about. I mean, we have a kid.
Well, it's no joke because the monkey thought was all in fun. Pop goes the weasel.
Because most people that bully, they do it in groups. But catch that kid alone, one of the kids alone, they're not as tough as they are when they're in their group.
Yeah, yeah,
That's
But
why you
having a
beat their
daughter
ass.
that was bullied, something terrible.
yeah.
It's a horrible feeling being a parent.
Well, it is, and that's why I said it has to be the responsibility and liability need to fall on the parents of the bullies. If you start taking them to court, holding them responsible for babies, kids, then damn it, I guarantee you this shit will come to an end. If you take a parent to court because they've got bad children and start locking them up, fining them, I guarantee you those kids are going to come back to school a different kind of way. And
Yeah.
if it persists, then you put them out of school.
Yeah, because look at that incident yesterday. I don't quite remember where it was, but these 4 boys, there was 2 kids sitting at the bus stop. They beat the one kid up something horrible. They came back and stamped on him some more, but they got videos of these kids that did it, but I don't know if they caught their faces. But this was for no reason. For a
That's
telephone.
an easy case.
For a telephone at $25,
Yeah.
you had to almost kill one of the kids.
Yeah, well, like I said, go
They
after
do
the
learn it
parents.
from home.
Yeah.
I
Well,
hear a lot of parents
that's
tell their
true.
kids, go beat that kid. Don't you let somebody hit you or I'm going to hit you. I've heard parents do this. They go, you let that
Absolutely.
kid hit you once more, I'm going to tear you up. That isn't the way to teach them.
It isn't.
Let me go do it. I'm
Well,
just being
it's
funny.
like, I mean,
It's nothing to joke about, Carol. It's nothing to joke about.
No, I'm
yeah,
not
that's-
joking.
yeah. Good one out for anything else, even the same thing. But when my youngest was about 7, I had to go up to the school because this boy kept missing
Hold
and
on. You call in because you're like sounding like you're like underwater almost.
See, I can hear
Okay,
him
I'm
good,
sorry.
though.
Yeah, but it's not clean.
I can hear him good too.
You can?
I think it's
I-
Lee.
I think it's your hearing, Lee.
Oh, now I
No,
hear
no,
you.
no, no,
You
that-
just
that's-
went, arrow.
Yeah. No, Chris, call in on the phone line 424
Okay,
Yeah, I want to hear what you were saying.
9461. Yeah.
Yeah,
Meanwhile-
I'm just tired of all the bullying and that. I think Trump's a bully.
Well, of course he is.
Totally. I don't
Jesus,
know.
Carol, you're tired of everything. You're
No,
tired of the
I'm
politics.
not.
You're
I'm-
tired of the back and forth. You're tired of the. Jesus, Carol.
I think
come
we're
on.
all tired right now.
Man
I
up,
mean,
Carol.
every time you open your Facebook now, you have to see something like today. Let's see, North Korea. He's got millions of soldiers. Well, let's remind ourselves, everything in that country, you're told what to do. You don't do what he tells you. He likes to torture people. So, of course, everybody's got to join his army right now. And I think that's what probably Trump would like to do, too.
Yeah.
Well, I have absolutely no empathy for them whatsoever. I say
he on yet?
maybe 2 or 3 well-placed nukes will take care of them.
I agree. Well,
I mean,
no,
if
I don't
that's
think-
what it's come to.
No, I don't think you even need to go to the nuke level. I don't think you even need to go there. I think all you have to do is
Jesus.
put a
It's
series
for you, Lee.
of Tomahawk missiles, okay? Take out
Oh,
the communication
no,
first,
no.
and it simultaneously you
We're
put,
dealing
you
with
put
the
one
nut, Lee.
you put one straight to the head and take him out. And
It ain't that
rest-
easy.
Lee, Lee,
okay,
Lee.
well-
We send Tomahawks to
Is that Chris?
the airport, and they can still fly jets.
No, well, but they
Off
didn't
the
hit
runway.
But they
You
didn't
know,
hit the right
the
target.
solution is
That was a bad. That was a
Trump
bad
needs to shut
strategy.
his mouth.
Well, that's part of it, no doubt, Carol. He needs to shut the fuck up. That's what he needs to do. I
I
said
mean,
it,
the
and I ain't
whole
gonna take it
world's
back.
asking us. Is Chris on?
Yeah, he's there now.
I want to hear what they were going to do to his child.
Chris?
Yes. Hey, hello, Hal. I'm back.
Yeah.
As someone once said. So yes. So, wait. First of all, who's shutting the fuck up? I missed that part.
I want Trump to shut up.
Oh, there you go. Okay, so
Yeah.
I didn't hear that part. Okay,
Yeah.
that's great. But you're right about that, sir. I was saying before when we talked about bullying. So my youngest daughter, the school called me up for a meeting because this boy in the class kept messing with her. You know, would kind of put his hands on her and talk and everything else, talk bad. So I also met with the young man's father.
Mm-hmm.
So we had a conference before the conference. I said, look, man, he's like a reasonable man. Look, let me tell you something. Your son's doing wrong. I don't appreciate it. So I please tell him to stop, or I to take other measures. I don't want to, but it's going far enough. No, you're right, man. So no, we will take care of it. He'll never put her hands on it. So I was like, cool. So when we were leaving out, I noticed that the father was the same. I think he had to get it from his dad, because his son would say stuff like, "Get out of my face," "I'm tired of yours," type of thing. And I'm like, wait a minute. So then when I saw them interact to him and his son, "Get out of my face," like I was like, that's the exact behavior that the son got it from. So the whole "get out of my face" thing, what I thought was the funniest thing was after the conference, I don't know where you get that shit from. I'm like, duh, wow. He got it from his dad.
Right, getting it from you, bro.
Exactly, but he couldn't see it that way. So you're absolutely right. It comes from the home and the foundation.
Absolutely.
And it has to be eradicated, because once you can see, they don't see that, because that's their normal way of living, whatever normal is. And then when they get into the public eye, we see that for what it really is. That's a passed down generational type bullying. Because the child can't act out towards the parent, so they act out towards their fellow classmates.
And sometimes they do act out against the parent, because the parents are soft.
There you go.
Not everybody should be a parent.
I agree.
Unfortunately, we don't go to universities to get a degree in parenting. Okay?
Right.
That carefully taught.
We don't. We learn from our own personal experiences, how our parents taught us and treated us. Some were good, some were not so good.
That's right.
But one thing for sure, you don't come in this world being a jackrabbit.
Right.
Were you
learned
ever
behavior.
bullied, Lee? Because you say you were real skinny, but your sister was saying all the girls liked you.
Yeah, well,
So sometimes that kind of guy gets bullied.
Well, yeah, I got bullied, but I fought back. I got a couple scratches on my face. I got a busted lip here. I got a scratch up here on my head where a guy pushed me into the school building because I was running in front of him. I was faster than he was. And he pushed me from behind, and my head hit the corner of the building. Oh, yeah, I went through all of that. I had curly hair, so they bullied me about my curly hair.
Yeah, he has really nice hair.
Oh, well, and what's left?
No, you got a lot in the front. It's just the back.
You can't say, Lee, you have really nice hair. You should say, you got a big-ass forehead.
No, he has very nice hair.
You got a big old head, boy.
So so it just bullying just goes all the way back.
Oh yeah, this ain't no new shit. Yeah.
See where I'm from, the cops bully you there too.
Oh, absolutely.
Especially when you're a Native
American. The cops have always bullied.
Bullying is not new. It gets exposed now because of the 8 zillion cell phone cameras out right now,
That's right.
They still get away with it, though. That's what gets you mad.
Well,
Hey, Carol.
They still get away with it.
Hey, Carol.
Here, let me just say this, and you guys can chop it up. When somebody bothered me in the neighborhood, my parents would say to me, "Well, what you gonna do about it?" And that made me think. So what do you mean? What am I gonna do about it? You gonna let them keep doing that to you? I said, well, no, I don't want them to do that. Well, you need to stand up. Don't let them do it to you. So what does that mean? You got to push back. You got to fight. You got to let them know that I'm not a chump. And there's a great video online right now. It's probably got 8 gazillion views on it, where this one little kid is harassing the little chubby guy, and he got him up against the wall, and he's slapping him around and everything. The kid had enough. He picked that sucker up and body slammed him on the ground. Slammed. Okay?
There you go.
And I bet he didn't bother him anymore. I bet when he saw the fat boy coming, he ran the other way. And until you give him some pushback, if you go to the teachers and the principal and they don't do enough to make it stop, and you have the conversation with the parents, sometimes you got to take it in your own hands and do the pushback.
Sometimes that parent wants to fight you. They get all up in your face.
Well, that's true.
Remember, wasn't it you, Chris? Maybe I'm wrong. When you were at school and somebody was doing something to you and you knocked the guy down, but then they got you from behind. Was that you?
Yes, that was me.
Yeah.
I was in high school during that time. I was in the 8th grade program going into Whitney Young Magnet High School. Whitney Young is very popular and one of the top high schools in the top 10 in the nation. And I was about to enter there. They had a 7th and 8th grade program prior to that. And we were being hazed by the juniors and seniors.
Mm-hmm.
And we would go to the principal and the administrative office, and it fell on deaf ears. Oh, that's all right. Don't worry about it. It's all in fun. No, it's all in fun. It's about beating your ass after school. And, stuff like that. That's not fun. Last I checked.
No.
It's like getting your ass beat. So it was 2 guys that led the group. They were brothers. They're both on the football team. And the younger brother, I cornered him and gave him the exact same shit that he would give me, during the breaks, because I let him have it verbally, and then his brother got pissed and cornered me in the bathroom. And I had to leave. I had to leave the school.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Because they were double teaming you.
But
Yes, they were. Yes, they were.
But
See, that's when you
bullying-
need to get your partners involved.
Bullying continues even as an adult.
Oh, of course. Absolutely.
Because sometimes I get bullied. I kind of got bullied the other day. Remember, Lee, when I went on my job?
Oh, yeah.
And I came out and told you what her housekeeper was doing?
Yeah.
And I mean, I didn't say nothing back because
No, you should have.
it's a
you
job.
had every right to.
Now, the owner of the place, she's very upset about it.
She should be.
But like I told
she was
her-
disrespected as you were.
Yeah, she was disrespecting my client who has Parkinson's. And I told her, you get any sicker,
geez.
this woman's going to run your house because she was running it the other day.
That's right.
Get that bitch out of there.
Anytime the employee is telling the boss, the employer, what to do or what not to do, or don't do what is requested of you,
Right.
then it's time to go. It is time to go. You get rid of that person. The tail don't wag the dog. Come on. And the employee, the maid, the live-in maid, was telling her boss what she was going to do or not going to do. The lady asked her, will you bring me a cordless phone? And she wouldn't do it.
No, she wouldn't even bring a cord to take another phone, the one where it has an intercom.
Yeah.
She ignored her. And then when she went to pay me, I told you she kept an envelope that had $500 in it that she was tipping me.
Mm-hmm.
I just didn't want to deal with it. I didn't
Yeah.
take it. And
It would've
she
been,
was it was horrible how she was treating her.
There'd been a meeting in the ladies' room.
Well, she was
With
just a
her
terrible
butt.
person. I mean,
Yeah.
look, I went into the kitchen. I don't eat a lot of sugar, and I was so upset I needed sugar. So I was in the refrigerator. She walked in. She said, why are you in the refrigerator? I said, I was getting some ice cream. I get that for you. Now, I didn't want to say much
Wait a minute.
because
How long you been knowing this your client?
longer than this maid.
30 years, right?
Yes. 30 years. Like I tell people, if I was going to be a thief, I sure in the hell ain't going to steal ice cream. I'll rob a bank because I'm a thief, if that's what I am.
I'd have had that woman by the throat up against that refrigerator and say, you say
Uh-oh.
one more damn word, I'm going to stick this popsicle down your throat.
No, she was so rude to me. She didn't want me to send her a gift. And I've
Yeah,
never
she-
seen her act like this.
But
before.
okay, let me ask the crew here. Now, you guys just heard a little tip of the iceberg of the bad behavior of the maid that's working at this lady's house, right?
She lives
Right.
there. She's
She-
got a house, her
yeah.
own house on the property.
Yeah, it's a
No
it's a
rent.
beautiful estate. Here's the problem I have with it. If someone is that bodacious, that mannish, that powerful, either someone has empowered this person, said, yeah, you can do this. You can be as tough as you want on this lady. Or this person is just crazy and has empowered themselves. Now, which one do you think it is, folks?
That's a good question. I didn't hear the whole story. I just heard bits and pieces of it just now, what you just said.
Oh, okay. Carol
Right.
Carol was doing a project with a lady that she's been working with for 30 plus years. Doing a hair thing, okay, whatever
All
she was
right.
doing to her, okay?
Right.
Abracadabra, making some magic happen. The
There you go.
maid is bossing the owner of the house who she works for, and she's already also telling Carol what she can or cannot do.
She's bossing the whole staff there and the nurse.
Okay. Here's my feeling or thought on it. This is what I see.
Sure. All right.
For someone to have that power and that gumption to do that, somebody's told them it's okay. I think
That's
the
what I was
husband.
thinking.
I think the husband has empowered this lady
this is
to be a
what she
witch.
said. The owner, the head of the house.
Yeah.
She said that she wants her fired, but she goes, he won't let her. I said,
Well, there you go.
let me tell you something.
Yeah.
I said, half that money, those millions and millions he has, that's yours.
Yeah, but
You got to stand up to him.
Yeah, but see-
because if you don't, I said, get your ass up, move to your big mansion in Palm Springs, take your nurses with you, and let him know. I said, otherwise, the sicker you get, they're going to control everything you do.
yeah.
So you need to do something now, because she never shook when I was there till that bitch, that lady came in there
Well, that's okay.
and started taunting her. She didn't shake, she didn't stutter, and even her daughter noticed that. She didn't do none of that. Now, I've noticed for the last few years when I come there, if her husband's picked on her, she's shaking, and she'll tell me.
She's unnerved.
So
yeah.
she has a friend. She pays for him to come, and he's gay and that, but he comes for 3 weeks at a time, and he really calms her down because he's not going to let anybody do this to her. She's been begging me to move out there into one of her houses, but I can't do that because I have a business.
And Carol,
But I see a lot of this, though.
there's some internal crazy going on there.
With women that marry very wealthy men. You got to stand up to these men. Women that do stand up, that's why most of the wealth in the world is controlled by women, because there's some of these women are like, hey, forget this crap. So she's got to stand up, or it's not going to be pretty
she's
what
ill.
happens.
She's a wounded dog, and when you got somebody that's got a catastrophic medical issue, that's all they can think about. And they're hoping that somebody will show some love and compassion and passion for them. And she's just going through a day-to-day horrific situation, and everybody around her is treating her like a dog. So I think the husband has empowered the maid to be a witch to his wife.
Well, you know what, though? The
That's what I
nurses
think.
were even going to talk to, because they seen what she was doing.
Yeah. Well, the
But one
daughter
thing
needs to
I can
step
tell
up.
y'all, my client's very happy. She's moved downstairs and she don't have to sleep with them. She's moved downstairs.
Well, he's
and
probably happy too. So that's unfortunate. And we won't call any names and incriminate anyone or anything like that. But this is a real life situation.
I see this though a lot.
Yeah,
I used to watch it, to be honest, even with Michael, how people would try to run him. The last people that was working for him, she thought she was going to sue his estate when he died. I immediately reached out to people. I said, remind her that I have a check that she was signing, how she was stealing from him. She didn't go any further with it, but I watched how they would do him. He would ask for cash and they would ignore it. There was a lot of things that I see. I see that done a lot with a lot of these people. And
you're right. And we've talked about that before, especially celebrities, successful celebrities, tend to hire and have people around them, their entourage, that suck up to them. And then when these people that have been around them a long time, they build up a trust level, and then the celebrity stops asking questions. And then this empowers these crooks to take the advantage of them. When they get access to your bank account and your credit cards, and they know every move you're making, and they make the moves for you, you have given up all your power to someone else that could turn into a crook. Now, not always, everybody's a bad person like that. You do have some good people. And generally, the bad people will turn against the good people, because you're going to go to the celebrity and say, hey, look, Lee, this guy's over here doing some crazy stuff, man. You need to look at it. Oh, well, no. I've been knowing him for 35 years. Yeah, well, you don't know what you don't know, Lee. Yeah, well, okay, I'll take a look at it. And then you don't. And then guess what? That's when you find out that your bank account has been drained. They done bought diamonds and paid for everybody's trips around the world, and you sitting there broke. You go, what happened? Well, your boy that's been around you for 35 years has been ripping you off. Your lawyer, your manager, your agent, your bookkeeper. So,
well, you know, it's funny.
all those people.
Because that's kind of what's happening to Melanie Brown from the Spice Girls, because she used to be my best friend, and when she got with this guy, because it's been all over the news, and yeah, she's a freak. She likes to have, what do you call those things when there's 3 people in the bed?
Menage a trois.
She likes that, but we all tried to tell her. But he got rid of everybody.
Yeah.
I quit, but he wanted everybody out of the picture. Even his own family he didn't want around. He got rid of her parents.
Did he
But-
participate in these?
Oh,
freak
he's a
parties?
he's a
He's
freak.
the freak,
He
yeah.
goes either way. It's man or woman, whoever can take care of him.
He can have
Horrible
that.
man, horrible man, and
Horrible man.
horrible. One of the
Horrible.
worst people.
Terrible.
One time he stole her Rolex and was trying to accuse someone else, and turned around and she found it on him. That should have been
See?
a sign. Walk away. Get rid of him.
Absolutely.
There's other people that'll let you be a freak if you
Yeah.
want to be with a woman or
Hey,
whatever.
look, you know, to each his own on that kind of thing. But, you know, when you start taking property that doesn't belong to you, money coming up missing, and, you know, your art goes off the wall, you got this dirty spot
Oh
on the
no,
wall.
it got so bad from what I
hell
hear.
no.
He was controlling all her money.
Oh, no.
He was controlling everything, and she
Yeah.
allowed that. Now, see, I'm not that kind of woman. You ain't
Yeah.
gonna control my money.
Right.
No way. Not that I have a lot, but I don't ever understand. I always tell women, and I tell men the same thing. Know every cent that comes in with your business. When they start wanting to bring their family in as the bookkeeper, and you're not seeing stuff,
Look out.
then you better look out. Because 9 times out of 10, they're
Yeah.
getting ready to leave your ass.
When Uncle Bubba comes in to do the books. That's your royal ass.
It
Good
really
night.
is.
Yeah.
You know,
really
it's funny.
is.
You know, I remember I was talking to a friend of mine years back, and she used to work in radio. She used to work in PR, and then went on to start her own PR firm. And we reconnected on Facebook. And she was like, "Bass, give me a call, man. I gotta have something. I want you to, you know, I want to run by you." All right, fine. She said, "Okay, I'm giving you my assistant's number, and my assistant will get with me." All right, cool, not a problem. So I called the assistant and told her who I was, and I was like, "I'm supposed to, you know, talk to Marcy today at 4:00."
Right.
It says here 3:00. I said, well, I know about that. I know I spoke to Marcy yesterday, and she said 4:00.
Right.
Well, I speak for her. You do?
Yeah, well,
Oh.
like I said.
Okay.
They-
but what
they
happened?
empower
What happened?
themselves.
Exactly. So the bullshit was, I called back Marcy, and she was like, "I don't know what the hell you're talking about." I said, "Talk to your girl, because she says she speaks for you."
Right.
Yeah, it's sick.
Well, that happens a lot. The
Damn
gatekeepers.
shame. Yep.
The
Assistants
blockers.
do that. I've
Yeah.
watched them. They think they're the boss.
No, they're not.
Yeah.
They're just some rat bastards. Man.
Yeah, I had a situation like that with a celebrity type, and then what he ended up doing was say, "Hey, look, man, don't call the office. Just call my cell phone number." But wait a minute, dude. No. See, all you're doing is putting a Band-Aid on the problem. You know it's a problem, and you're going to let them get away with it. Clean
That's
up your
right.
house, man. Either you agree with what they're doing or you disagree.
Right.
So what is it? Well, no, don't worry about it, man. Just call me on my cell, you know. And if I don't answer, just leave a message. I'll get back to you. Yeah, she's kind of crazy. No, man, that's your gate. People
Thank
come through her to get to you, and if she's blocking, she's making decisions on your behalf, and you don't know about it. Either
Right.
you know about it and you have sanctioned this attitude, or you don't know about it and you're getting ready to get jacked up. Because they're making decisions about who gets to you or not. Now, if you've given her a hot list and said, "Don't let Chris Bass get through," and Lee Michaels got
Yeah, they'll never tell you
Yeah.
themselves when
Yeah,
they don't want
I've
you
heard
around.
that. I've heard that too many times on my end.
yeah.
Because that happened to me with Michael. He wouldn't tell me till one, and he would always come back and get me. And one time I said to him, "I'm not going to work for you anymore. If there's a problem and somebody, which it was always the same person, has a problem with me, then you ask me. Don't sit and judge me by someone else. And I
Yeah.
think that's what made him end up really liking me, because I did walk out. I'll walk out on
Well,
anybody. I don't care.
And that was the appropriate thing to do, because otherwise you're going to get caught in that web.
Right.
And it depends on who's got his ear at the moment will succeed.
Yeah, because she even went to the press, and she had some stuff out there when the court thing happened. And then when he went to the Middle East, she told the press how the same person that introduced her to those kids, Carol Lemire, he's hired back. And it's like, this was a sick person. She always had something to say about me. And when I go on the road, I don't go out and stuff usually, unless it was just me and him and a few people. Then I was out partying.
Yeah, see that's the crazy stuff. And
I mean, I'm sure you've seen this, Lee. There's a lot of people with a celebrity and they want a glass of water. They almost break each other's neck trying to run and get the water. It's like, go get your own damn water. I ain't
that's
gonna
called
get you
that's
some
called
water.
kissing ass.
Yeah,
Kissing
you've
up to the
seen that,
boss.
huh?
Yeah.
Right.
They'll
Oh,
just all
absolutely.
run.
Yep. So, oh man. Yep. Everybody running over each other to try to go get a bottle of water for the boss.
It's like, get your own water.
I'll get it.
Yeah,
I'll get it.
I got it. I got it, man. I got it.
If I'm the man and I want water, you smoochie up my ass and go get this water.
When I've had assistants, okay, when I first hired them, I set them down and I give them a kind of a list of expectations. And one of the things that I've always said to them, you don't get my coffee, okay? You don't have to do that. You don't have to go get my lunch unless I ask, and if I do, I'm going to buy lunch for you too. Okay? Right. Don't cater to me that way. I'm not that guy.
See, I know what you're saying. 'Cause
I get my own damn coffee.
when I used to pull up on videos, they'd run to try. You don't need to park my car. I'm working just like you are. But you always have people you work with that they think they're the star.
Yep.
You'll have a makeup person that they think they're the star, and it's like, no, they work just like we are. So I park my own car.
That's right. And I tell them, it's, when you're taking phone calls, take all the messages. If I'm in a meeting, you can be honest with him. Say, Lee's in a meeting right now, but I'll make sure that he gets back to you. Is there more than one number he can have to call you back? Detail stuff like that. But, don't sit up there on the phone and say, I'm sorry, I can't put the call through right now. He's busy and, blah, 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 and don't call back. That guy, don't do that. Because you're a reflection of me. Don't make those decisions. Don't empower yourself. Say, well, look, I don't know how long the meeting is going to be, but I'll make sure he gets your message, and I'm sure Lee will get back to you. Okay? Right. Thank you. Have a nice day.
There you go. That was good.
Just be pleasant. Be pleasant.
Most
you don't know if that's
aren't, though.
Yeah, but you treat everybody that's calling my office or coming to my office like they're worth $83 billion and we need the money. Okay? That's how you treat people. Do it. Treat them nice. Use some kid gloves. I would rather have somebody say, your assistant is so nice, man. She always gets me through, and, I want them to have that feeling versus, man, I hate calling your office, man, because that girl is nuts. She be blocking big time. No, I don't want that. I don't ever want to hear that. Run a nice ship, you get a lot of stuff done.
That's right.
Yeah, but those assistants could be something
Oh,
else.
they can be. They can be.
Yeah.
Hey, Hugh Hefner died, huh, yesterday?
Yeah, the Playboy is gone.
Sorry about that. Yeah.
91 years old. Player.
I'm all broke
The
up.
original player.
Right? Yeah, it's interesting, story. He started the company with $8,000 that he borrowed and turned it into a multi-million dollar, dynasty. He sold a house for $100 million, I think it was, and the deal was he could stay in the house for the rest of his life.
Well, you know what? He did say this in various interviews prior to his passing.
Mm-hmm.
He said he wanted to be buried next to Marilyn Monroe.
Oh, is that who it was?
Right, because he said that Marilyn Monroe will always be the love of his life because when he put her in Playboy, that's when it started to skyrocket.
Right? I
Yeah.
guess he felt indebted that, she gave him the springboard for great things.
I had seen
he
that,
did,
but I
yeah.
didn't see who it was that he wanted to be buried by.
Yeah.
Yep, Marilyn Monroe, yeah.
Do you think they had a little affair? Was that disclosed?
Wasn't it Kennedy she
I hope
had
he
an
did.
affair with?
Yeah, that.
Amongst others.
Yeah.
She was like the prison pack of cigarettes. Come on. Come on. Don't act like you don't know. Let's see.
She's like a what?
See the carton of cigarettes in a prison that is passed around
Oh, my
for
God.
favors. Look at let's see, she was with the boxer. What was his name? Was it Marciano?
Yeah, yeah.
Let's see. There was two horse jockeys. There was a plumber.
So how many women have you had in your lifetime?
Were you talking to me?
Yeah.
Let's see. There was the one on the porch when I was about 12.
Go on.
There was two more when I was like 14. I became
Wow.
a parent. I became a parent at 15. I
Wow.
became a parent again at 16.
Wow.
We didn't know when to stop.
So
It's
did
not
you
what
only
you've
have
done.
3 women in your lifetime?
No. It's not when you stopped. It's what you've done since. You learned along the way.
Yeah.
And what I'm saying about Marilyn Monroe is simply this. They talk about the affair with Kennedy. They talk about the affairs with the boxer. What is it, Marciano, I believe
Yeah,
it was,
yeah.
or Jake LaMotta. Look, these
She got
celebrities. Yeah.
Yeah,
around
but
the way,
the
girl.
only reason I asked you that is, when it comes to women, if a woman's had a lot of men, we get around and we're kind of a hoe. But when you
it's
talk
not
to
about being
men,
a hoe.
it's like this one over
Oh,
here. He's
no.
had 37 wives. He was
That-
like he was
that
like
I
a
know of.
hoe.
Oh, I was a hoe.
But if
Oh,
a
I'm-
woman,
hey.
I'm proud
So
of
that's
that.
all- that was the only reason I said that to you.
Ain't
How
no
many
shame to
women?
ain't no shame to my game. I was the
And I'll
biggest
bet you she
married
wasn't
hoe
ashamed.
going.
It gave her
I
a
was
hell
the
of a
biggest-
career.
I was the
That's
biggest
right.
married hoe going.
Listen.
I have a client that has a museum, and
Mm-hmm.
she has amazing stuff of Marilyn Monroe. It just blows your mind. 'Cause
Really?
I was asking her, how did they retouch her pictures? And she told me at that time, because they didn't have no Photoshop, they
Right.
would scrape it, she said. But she
Scrape it?
has stuff of her, Jane Mansfield, a lot of these old actresses, which I kind of have a lot of respect for them.
Mm-hmm.
With the Kardashians, I like them, but I don't know what they're famous for. I haven't quite figured
Making
that
money.
out. Yeah, making
Marketing.
money.
All right?
But these women had talent.
Yeah.
Yeah, they
I
got
like the
talent
younger
too.
girl with the Kardashians, the Jenner one. Out of all of them, that little girl has made millions and millions and millions with pumping her lips up
Mm-hmm.
and letting people believe that makeup, that lipstick she puts on, pumps it up.
It might. Maybe
so
she
I
found a
think
little
I
secret.
like her. People go, well, do you think she should have a baby? I go, why not? I had a baby as a really young teenager, and I took care of my kids.
Yeah.
So I
Well,
think
you know, I
she's
think-
capable of having a child.
Well, she's certainly capable. She's about to, but whether or not she's going to be a good parent
I
is,
think
is
she'll
a
be a great parent.
$64,000 question because not everybody is cut out to be a great parent. Hell, I don't think I was a great parent. I did the best I could do, but do I look at other parents that I think did a better job? Absolutely. Absolutely. So, that's such a tough one. And I do think, based on, people that I've seen that have had kids at young ages, I mean, listen, our grandparents, they used to have kids at 13, 14, 15, 16 years old. And it wasn't an odd thing back in those days. And most of them turned out to be okay. But did they miss out on something in life? Yeah. They lost their childhood at 13
Hell
or
yeah.
14, 15 years old. You're still
Hell
developing,
yeah.
man.
See, I didn't feel like that.
Well,
I
of
always
course
wanted
not.
to be a mother.
Well,
And,
but
I
see,
made a mistake. I spoiled my kids. I worked 2 and 3 jobs. to give them what
That's
they
not a
needed,
mistake,
and now
Carol.
they just don't want to sometimes let it go.
Yeah, and some people can't
It's
do that. Yeah, some people can't. Like the lady that gave up her infant and $5,000
Yeah.
on the side of the road. Some people just are not capable.
Of being a parent.
Yeah, it's tough. It's not easy.
And sometimes the grandparent does too much watching that child, and the mother takes advantage of it.
Mm-hmm.
So it's
They do. The grandparents become the parents. And,
I didn't. I
that's
missed
not
out though.
that's-
I never went to proms or nothing or anything. I was a parent.
See? So you did miss out on some things.
I was always a person. It's like when people talk about a white wedding. I've never wanted a wedding with wearing a veil and shit.
Oh, come on.
No, I really didn't. I don't like birthday parties for myself. And that's me speaking for myself.
Right.
I don't like
Well,
that.
what
And
do
she
you
don't like
like?
to be touched either. Okay?
No, let me explain that. Like I said to Lee, I don't like everybody putting their hand on me. You don't know everything about me. There's things I'm not going to discuss on this radio. There's always a reason why people are the way they are.
Well, yeah, you're
I
right.
just don't like just anybody to touch me. It's just
Yeah.
me. I'm not one of those people.
That's okay, and you have every right to
It's like
feel
I
that way.
stiffen when people want to hug me. I stiffen. It's like,
Yeah.
now I hugged my client where we went the other day because I'm very close to her.
Mm-hmm.
But I just, when we say that touching thing,
Yeah. Some people
for
just
some reason,
have that
whenever
issue.
I've had a man, I keep him as long as I want to.
Mhm.
They've never wanted to just walk away from me, so I must be doing something right.
You think?
Yeah. I'm just not a person that wants people to walk up and touch me. You know, do you like
Reach
touchy
out and
people?
touch
I watch
somebody's-
Lee. I don't
I-
think he's touchy,
Oh, I am.
but I haven't seen
like,
it with you.
I like to hug and shake hands. I don't have a problem with that.
I haven't seen you hug.
No?
No.
Well,
Don't be trying to hug me.
oh,
Carol,
no.
if I ever make it to California,
Hell no.
if I ever make it to California, you'll see me and I'll go, touch me.
She'll freak out, man. She'll just
You know,
walk
I
away.
hug a person if there's something going on. Let's say somebody's really sick or
Mm-hmm.
they've lost somebody. I'm just
Yeah.
not one of these people that want people hugging me or touching me all
Boy,
the
the
time.
first time I met you, I tried to give you a hug, and I thought she was going to have a stroke or some shit. She
He is
got
such a liar.
freaking the fuck out. I went, damn, what's wrong?
When I first met him, he didn't even talk to me.
Don't touch me, don't. Oh, he's a
I never said
hugger.
that is not true.
Yeah, you did. You said, yeah, oh, he's a hugger.
I
oh
tell
my
people,
God.
you don't have to hug me. Don't touch me.
Carol,
I
Carol,
was just
take
being
it-
friendly. I'm a hugger.
Carol,
We all
take
have.
it.
Isn't there something you don't like? Just think about it.
Yeah,
Is there
but-
something you
Onions?
don't like?
But
There's
Beef?
people that
Carol.
don't want you touching their hair.
I don't
Carol.
have those hang-ups. None of those.
Carol, take
No.
it from one of the biggest story embellishers there is. Every time the story is told, it gets more crazy.
That's true. But no, you know what?
And-
I don't know if I'm normal or abnormal because I don't have those kind of problems or hang-ups or fears. I don't mind people touching me. I mean, you know, if you're touching me inappropriately, then yeah. But I don't put myself in a position where someone would feel comfortable to do that.
Right.
But, you know, especially if it's a female persuasion and she wants to touch my hand or rub my head or my neck or give me a massage, I'm all up in that. Yeah. Rub
please,
on
that's
me. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a no-brainer. That's like
Yeah,
rubbing on me
that
to
feels good.
get three
So,
wishes.
just
yeah,
anybody,
get
if
three
they
wishes
wanted
for
to
like
rub
you know,
on
like
you,
Aladdin.
You would
Not
let 'em.
just anybody. No, some stranger. I'm
That's
sitting
the
at
word.
a bus,
I don't
a
like
bus
just
stop.
anybody to touch me.
Okay, I've been knowing you almost 2 years. Can I give you a back rub?
No.
Nope.
Put your
Hell
hands
no.
on me.
You should see the face that she. Oh God, no.
No.
Hell no.
Her face got all distorted, man. It was like, no, it's disgusting.
Yeah,
No,
right.
Brock
Disgusting.
wanted
How
to come
dare
up
you?
and
Take it
Give me
easy.
a back rub. It's like, where's the oil?
see that.
So you wouldn't go to a massage parlor to get a
No.
a
I've had people
professional?
buy me massages, gift
Yeah.
certificates. Don't use them.
Hmm.
I don't like
See that.
just anybody. Maybe there's a reason why.
Well, of course it is.
There's always a reason why people don't like. I don't like the dark. Lee will tell you that. Everybody laughs about Carol. It's getting dark now. You got to go home.
Yeah.
I don't like the dark. I don't sleep with my door unlocked.
Oh.
I want my bedroom door locked.
I'm in Chicago. I don't either.
Different reasons, I'm sure, but well, you know, people do have fears and phobias and all that kind of stuff, and many times, in most cases, there's a legitimate reason why.
Yeah, maybe something comes in the dark, and that's why some people they want to lock their door and make sure they can't come in the dark.
That's right.
You know, Carol, for me, it simply goes like this. Once I heard you say, I don't like people touching me like that, it'll be, how you doing, Carol? Don't touch me. It's not about a reason.
I do tell people that. I don't like that. I mean, I just don't.
It's the joke part of it for me, Carol.
Yeah.
It tickles me so bad.
Yeah.
And, you know, I just look at it like, we got to get her some help.
No, actually, I know other people that are just like me.
Yeah.
They
I
don't.
do too.
They don't like the hug, and
I know people
I don't
like you
like
too,
people
Carol.
that do surprise birthday parties on me. I'm a funny person.
And see, that kind of stuff would. I mean, I don't need a birthday party, but if somebody were to do something like that, and it's happened to me numerous times, surprise parties and stuff. But you know, I enjoy it. It's fun. I wouldn't get upset. Damn it! Why'd you do that?
Well,
I wouldn't
people
freak
that
out.
really know me, they
Shit,
know
give me
I
some
don't
cake
like
and
that.
ice cream. Let's party.
Yeah, just give me a cake.
Right.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of people like me.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but of course, there's a reason why, naturally, why people don't want to be touched. You don't want to be touched for some reason, and that's your prerogative. Like I said, with me, for example, surprise birthday, I walk in, surprise, everything. Yeah, surprise and touch me. At that point, it's all love. You know, let's get it. Let's get with it.
Yeah.
Right? Exactly. Right. You know, let me do a Stevie Wonder and feel on your face and call you chocolate thunder. You know, by that point, I mean, it's all love.
Exactly.
So, yes, everybody's different, of course, but I know certain people that don't like to be touched because they have their own phobias and they're diagnosed where they can't feel comfortable touching people. And I respect that. But, shoot, the ones who, you know, like who are female persuasion or anything like that, yeah, touch me, touch my ass, literally.
You know, and I think, too, when you become a little older, at least, and I'm going to speak from my own self based on my life experiences. You know, you don't get touched that often, so what's the matter with a touch? I bust out the song, touch me, baby.
He is such a liar. He is a liar.
Carol,
I took him somewhere where there was
here we go
hundreds
again.
of women, so don't believe that.
Carol, you mess up my jokes all the time. I set this thing up.
I watch women.
And then you come back and bring it back to reality.
Come here, and we all were wondering, are they in here at night?
Will you just let me trip by myself sometimes? Just let me trip. I'm tripping right now. You want to bring me back to reality. Oh, man, come on.
You know, everybody in this world, we all have dark secrets.
Dark secrets. I don't have any because I've been on the damn radio too long. You know.
No, it's funny. When I used to work
therapeutic.
with different people, I didn't care if they touched me.
I'm too old for dark secrets. The
You
hell
know, I
with
didn't care
everybody.
if they touched me.
The hell with everybody.
You know, what are you going to do? You know,
I'm the type of
exactly.
person, it's a motherly touch. If I go to hug somebody, it's because there's something going on with them. Like maybe they just lost their father or maybe they're crying about something. Then I will hug them because I feel bad for them. That's what a hug is to me.
Yeah. Well, that's cool. Nothing wrong with that.
But I don't need just hugs for no reason.
Well, now is we all understood already about Carol's situation. For example, a motherly touch that she does very motherly, that's fine. Instead of somebody coming up to Carol and saying, "Don't touch me, you mother." See, two different things.
But Lee will tell you, I'm probably one of the nicest people. There's nothing I don't do for friends.
Don't make me tell a lie. Now, come on.
I'm very nice to friends.
No, listen. Like a couple of weeks ago, like on Thursdays, Wednesdays and Thursdays, no, Tuesday, Wednesdays are busy days here at the old Radio Ranch.
Right.
And the studios get disarranged in the evening because there are more people coming in, and sometimes it's 3 or 4 people, the host and 2 or 3 guests or whatever. So the microphones are all discombobulated. The cameras all in different places. There more chairs in the studio, and so one morning I came in and there was an extra mic and stand because there was a need for 4 microphones the night before. So I come in and I'm removing that extra mic because it gets in her way where she sits over on the other side. But you guys would never know because I can't put a camera on her because she has a camera issue.
Right.
Those are phobias.
Yeah. So I go over to move the camera out of her way. She says, and don't try to touch my leg. I said, don't try to get a little cheap feel in. I said, you know what, Carol?
I was teasing him, though.
I know, I'm just messing with you. But so
Like one day he was crawling under the table. I said, no, not today, honey.
oh, she's a mess, man. She is a handful. I'm gonna get a big ranch out in the middle of no damn where and put her out there, and she can.
Like with
be
Lee,
cool.
he knows I really don't like driving, and
Yeah.
Lee's very good about driving me places.
Yeah, I feel like what was that movie? Driving Miss Daisy.
Yeah, Miss
Driving
Daisy,
Daisy,
he
yeah.
drives me. But I won't cook for him any longer because I've cooked twice now and invited him. And one time he had the nerve to tell me he went next door to eat. It's like, now I sat here and cooked. I invited you before that person, but I'll come over after. After.
Yeah. Well, you know.
Don't bother.
Yeah. Oh, God damn.
It's always
Yeah, but you know what?
so final with you, Carol.
Yeah, I know, man. I've been going through some mental depression here, for a couple of weeks now because my car has been in the shop.
Yeah, and he needs to report it. Well, he has.
I have. I had my lawyer call
Finally.
today. 13 days to get the headliner replaced and the windshield resealed so it doesn't leak any damn more, right? So they had it for 5 days. Didn't order the part or anything. I said, well, give me my damn car back. I just won't wash the car. Won't take it to the car wash. So I'll manually wash the car, right?
Right.
So then they say, okay, we're going to order the part. We'll call you when the part comes in. So a few days later, the part comes in, and I make an appointment to bring it in, which is the appointment that they have the car still since a week ago yesterday. Today is Thursday, yeah. I took it in last Wednesday. They're still waiting for the glass guy, a third-party company, to come in to put the windshield back in. I had to get my lawyer to call him today. And we finally get the service manager on the phone. I've been calling this guy for almost 2 weeks. Can't get him on the phone. The assistant manager I talked to twice. My regular service manager guy, talked to him 10 times. And I keep getting the same sorry-ass story. Well, we're waiting for the windshield guy to come in. I said, well, get somebody else. Well, it's the only one we can use because of the owners have made that arrangement. I said, well, you know what? Get the owner on the phone for me. Well, they're not around. Let me talk to the general manager. He's not there. One day, the general manager and the service manager were gone for 2 days in a row, allegedly.
Oh, come on, man. Right.
I said, well, who the hell's running this place?
Right.
And the guy chuckled. He goes, yeah, I know, man. We do have some issues. But I'm going, damn. And then they wanted me to pay for it when they created the problem from the first time that the car had a leak in the back windshield. That was covered under warranty. Well, now the car is not under warranty. They were expecting me to pay for it. I said, no. When you took out the damn headliner, replaced it, you had to take out the front and the back windshield, right? You put the back one back in, the leak stopped. Then all of a sudden I get a leak in the front windshield. Not my problem. Poor workmanship. So the same company, whoever it is that did the windshield install, as far as I'm concerned, you need to go back to them and say, hey, dude, you didn't do a good job. You got to come in and fix this. So it shouldn't be coming out of your pocket. It should be coming out of the person that you hired to do it. They have to fix what they broke. There was nothing wrong with the front windshield. So they had to replace the headliner again, and they wanted me to pay. I said, no. I'm not that guy. So we got past that bridge. But now, since Monday, 4 days ago, they're still waiting for the windshield guy to come in. Really?
Jeez.
Now, we get the service guy, the manager, on the phone this morning, and he said, oh, no, this is all wrong, and we'll take care of this, and I guarantee you will have your car back either today or we'll give you a loaner car. Now, all of these 8 days, no, 13 days, I've been without a car. And even if they gave me a car, I can't use that car to go out and do Uber and Lyft because it's not in my name.
Right.
So I'm losing income. So when my attorney told him today, he's losing between $200 and $500 a day, the guy said, "Oh, no, that's not good. That's not good. We'll get this straightened out." And he started dancing and jumping up and down.
Yeah, they should make it where they give you 4 free payments.
That would be nice, but see, they don't give a damn about that because they're not the finance company. So.
I'm telling you, if you call the head of that makes those cars, they step in.
Yeah, Chevy. So it may result to that, but I need my damn car. Get me my car right now.
Well,
So
I could
that's
get
the
some
first
jobs
objective.
for you where you could drive people if you get them to lease you a car.
Yeah, right.
They should at least give him a car to drive.
Isn't it kind of ironic? I got a call today from Uber, and they said, "Hey, are you interested?" No, they said, "We got a message from you that you interested in renting or leasing a car." I said, "No, not me. I'm not that guy." I said, "But what would it cost to rent a car?" And I said, "And how soon would it be that I could utilize this car for Uber?" And he says, "Well, right away. Within a couple of hours, they could get it all set up." So if push comes to shove, if they tell me today that I'm not going to get my car back today, then I am going to go ahead and rent a car, and they're going to have to pay for it.
But if it's a lease,
No, it's not a lease. I
Oh.
wouldn't do a lease. No, hell to the no. You can rent them on a weekly basis. I wouldn't want a long-term lease or anything like that. I did ask him. I said, "Well, do you rent or lease Chevy Suburbans? Because that's really what I want." I think I'm gonna do a GoFundMe.
well, I started to suggest that today, that maybe we can all chip in and
Yeah.
do a little not a GoFundMe because they take 20% of
Well,
that
whatever.
money.
Yeah.
Maybe we could do a little charity for him.
I'm starting a new one called GiveMeSomeDamnMoney.com.
I like that.
I'm starting one saying I need a $65 million jet.
See,
Look at that
you're going
Latin
crazy.
guy. Remember, Chris, when he was at the college thing, and they took his money out of his wallet and stuff? They
Yeah, I
collected
caught that.
$87,000 for that guy.
Who did
That's
that?
how bad people felt.
Oh,
yeah,
really?
this guy on the college campus was vending for food, selling hot dogs and stuff.
Uh-huh.
And
Without a
the
permit.
Without a
Right, without a
permit.
permit. Correct.
The other
correct,
vendors
thank you.
didn't have permits either.
Right, exactly. So he was singled out, and the cop came over and took his money out of his wallet.
No, that's wrong.
Yeah.
See, that cop would have got an ass whooping right there on the spot.
Who you telling? Right
You
there,
know?
right then and there. Yeah.
So they're really trying to help him get a truck where he could,
A food truck?
a food truck.
Oh, nice.
And he should be
Well,
able
for
to with that money.
$87,000, yeah, you can buy one
A
of those.
roach
yeah.
coach.
Roach Coach.
So people
On the
do
move.
help. That wasn't right. though.
Yeah, so we're gonna do a
No,
little.
of course not.
We'll do a little fundraiser, but it probably ain't gonna get no damn money because all the money's going to the hurricane victims.
Right.
So
Okay, I
can
have.
I say
I
my
have
car was in Houston?
any of you guys drink Pepsi products?
No, I
Because
don't.
if you do, you better stop. Because somebody that worked for him, he added his blood contaminated
Yeah, I saw
with
that.
AIDS to
Oh,
some of
shit.
this.
I saw that.
Yeah.
That was in a batch. They got that batch. They supposedly pulled that batch off, but
Yeah.
That's
You know,
messed up, man.
the brother was pissed.
Yeah, well, but listen, be pissed at the company, but don't try to hurt other people. in the
No,
process.
he's probably
Right.
pissed at whoever he got AIDS from.
Well, okay, go piss on them, but
It's like Magic
Right.
Johnson. I don't think his has ever went to AIDS. He just has what HIV.
HIV.
Well,
HIV
his son
positive.
is goes in drag most of the time,
Mm-hmm.
and people used to say, "Oh, well, he got that from a woman." It's like, Why you always want to blame women?
Because y'all are always messing up. I'm going to start some shit
But his
now.
son doesn't make an attractive woman.
It's on. I might not make it today.
Wait a minute.
Carol,
Magic,
stand up and
Wait a
spin
minute.
around and start green slime coming out of her mouth.
Magic Johnson
Now,
son
Proud
is-
to be a Democrat, is that a fake site?
Is who?
Proud to be American. Proud to be a Democrat.
Proud of. I
Proud
don't know.
liber-
I'm
It says
not familiar
Trump
with it.
just banned members of Congress from traveling to Puerto Rico out of spite.
He did.
He did?
No, that's not a bad site.
So can he actually do that? I mean, does he own people now?
Wait a minute. What is the question? Can you do what?
He'll tell you. Elko knows what I'm
He
saying.
banned people from going to Puerto Rico. The elected officials, primarily. He didn't want anybody else going there, showing him up, stealing his spotlight. But the
See, this guy does shit that no
the
other president
officials-
does, man. Come on.
Thank
should
you.
take. I
Exactly.
mean, you don't bow to that. You don't bow to that type of bullying.
Right.
You don't bow to that.
I wish I was a senator or a congressional member. I would say, you know what,
Luis
Mr.
Gutierrez
President,
is going there tomorrow or
good,
today.
good
And
for
he's
him.
the one that said that Trump needed to lift the Jones Act and that our military could step in right now
That's right.
and get that place up and running. Puerto Rico, what's the other place?
The Virgin Islands.
Yeah, the islands.
Right.
It's no excuse except for these are people of color. And this is how, if you don't say it, they don't play it.
Yeah.
If you
And
won't
then
say
and
it, they
and,
won't
and then
play it.
the racist people will try to change the narrative and say, "Well, you bring in the race card, and you're damn right."
Okay, yes.
Okay, your point is what? You still don't
Everybody-
want to deal with the fact that there are people of color that are suffering, dying. They need food, water, gasoline, diesel fuel. They need to get rid of the water that's still standing.
Right.
3.5
they don't want
million
you to-
people.
And they don't want you to talk about it.
No, hell
They don't
yeah.
want you to talk. They don't want you to talk about the people you're leaving in Puerto Rico to die like the people of Katrina.
Yep.
They don't want you to talk about the gun violence and the gun regulations and the chokehold the NRA has on the country. They don't want you to talk about race relations. They don't want you to talk about Russia. They
Yeah.
don't want you.
Well, I'm
the
talking
list
about
goes
everything.
On and on and on.
I'm talking
Things-
about it, and
see,
I'm not
when
going
you
to
hit
stop.
their nerve, they whine like victims, and it's too early, too soon to talk about these things. And
If we
Democrats
don't, who's going to do it?
shrink,
That's right.
and Democrats shrink. Period.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you, and I'll repeat it, and I'll continue to repeat it. If you address this man as an illegitimate traitor, a bigoted racist, anytime you go in front of a camera, that message will reach the perception of many of the American people.
Yeah.
60, more than 60% of the people already have that perception.
Yes.
But to those you can't reach, for those who just, regardless of what he does, you ask them, well, what about his lie about this? Oh, he's just that's hyperbole. No. I mean, these are hypocrites of the highest order.
I was in a discussion yesterday with some friends and colleagues, and they were saying, well, he's doing a good job because he's got the Hope. I guess it's a medical ship out there, and he said, well, that's there, and I said, well, that's not enough. That's one ship. I said, we need.
And it took them 2 weeks.
Yeah, you need more than that.
Right.
A lot more than that. You got 3.5 million people, not 3,000 or 30,000 or 300,000. 3.5 million people. The entire island was destroyed, devastated, flooded. Same thing with Florida. The entire
And he's going to talk
state.
about their debt. And he's going to talk about their debt.
That's so inappropriate.
Exactly.
Who gives a damn? We're talking human lives. But listen, we should not be surprised of his response and lack thereof, because he's already showed you the pink part of his butt in the healthcare situation. I'm going to come in there and fix it. We're going to replace and repeal and replace. You ain't done shit. You and your cronies. You've had 8 freaking years to come up with a better plan. And what are we looking at? They're still stuck on stupid. Nothing. Zero. More egregious, more just they haven't made it better. It's worse. How can you do
telling
that?
Me that in January, when they can bring up reconciliation, budget reconciliation again, or reconciliation again, that they aren't going to try the same thing over with a different set of characters?
Yeah.
And the same people who voted against it will vote for it. People like Rand Paul, he'll vote for it this time. They are going to pass this. They are going to take health care away from 32 million people.
Well, that's unacceptable, and especially in view of the fact that they have great health care for their families. Okay, they
got government. They got government health care.
But damn it,
but they don't want the government
same
running
thing.
the health care.
I want the same thing. And until we get that, it's unacceptable. Either you give up yours and you get the same shit insurance that I get, the same coverage. If it's good for you, it's good for me. I gave you the job, dog. That's the way the American people need to be looking at this. If you are a Republican, you ought to be pissed off at them.
Republicans know one thing: cut taxes.
Yeah, well,
because Democrats want to spend. Even though history shows you for the last 50 years, the biggest spenders have been Republicans.
Of course.
Even though history shows you for the last 50 years, the most prosperous times have been when Democrats have held the office. There is nothing, absolutely nothing, that you can show the other side that a Republican has done anything that helps the middle class.
Well, one of our colleagues here at the Power Voices, Jesse T, comes on at 5 o'clock Pacific time. Jumped on my Facebook page yesterday and said, the last 50 years the Democrats haven't done anything, and I had to come back and slap him around and take him to school. He called us obstructionists, and I had to give him the definition of that. So you go to my page, y'all, and you'll see what I'm talking about, and I'm sure most of you will have something to add to it.
Puerto Rico.
Say again. What is this?
It's a thing that came on. They're going into Puerto Rico, a general and.
Well, yeah, it's about time. You should have been
they're
there.
Going in.
You should have been there the day after the storm had passed.
Well,
through.
First of all, they're Latinos. He doesn't like people of color.
Yeah, well,
but they're all considered Puerto Rican, even if they're white. Everybody there is Puerto Rican, and that's what we need to change.
Yeah, well, good luck with that. That's too much like right, and we got 400 years of bovine to get over right now. So it's good that a general, they all should have been there. The military should have been there in big order. Day one, because who can do it better? Who can do it faster? Who is better equipped? Even the private sector. If the trucking industry as a whole, if each of these major trucking companies were to make available drivers, say, hey, look, we're going to send each company, we're going to send 100 drivers over there at our expense. And so, well, we need trucks. Okay, we'll get some trucks over there as well. We'll make that happen. That's still not enough. If you had 5,000 drivers on the ground moving around stuff right now, it's probably not going to be enough. I mean, it'll eventually work, but we need to work fast, quick, fast, and in a rush. And I'm going to keep saying this, not only in Puerto Rico, but let's not forget about our brothers and sisters down in the islands, the Virgin Islands, the American Virgin Islands. Okay? Nobody's talking about them. So let's not discriminate against anyone that we are connected to. And then once we fix our own, then let's go help some others. That's what we do. That's what America is about. That's who we are. Yeah, it's going to be expensive. But if we're the superpower, if we're the leader of the free world, then act like it. Let's do all that we can do to help other humans turn their lives around and get back to some kind of normalcy.
And tell me something.
Yes, sir.
If you truly believe that what happened this year isn't coming around again next year, something's wrong with you. They could do all of the infrastructure repair and all of the fixing up, but when they do the infrastructure, if they do it with a Band-Aid and toothpicks...
Oh, no, they shouldn't do that. No.
They're going to... Mother Nature's going to huff and puff and blow the house down again.
Absolutely. And you have to learn from these catastrophic natural disasters, okay? Like in Florida, the building code for buildings, homes, apartments, office buildings, it's different than what it was 18, 20 years ago.
Right.
So the same thing needs to happen in the Virgin Islands and all of the islands. Puerto Rico, et cetera, et cetera. Don't put no damn telephone poles back up. Put the wires under the ground. Okay? That's one thing that we should do.
And why not have the solar panels on the roof to go along with the fortified buildings that'll give you, and you won't lose power.
That's right. And make sure those solar panels will withstand at least 200 miles an hour.
Exactly.
And you make your buildings withstand that type of catastrophic wind. If not, then yeah, we're going to be doing this shit again one day. It may be next year. It could be 10 years from now. It could be 90 years from now. But it's going to happen again.
Year. It'll be next year because every year it's hotter and hotter. And as long as that water gets warmer,
yep,
those
hurricanes
will be more intensified.
Yep, that's right. And that Atlantic Ocean through that area is anywhere from 80 to 89 degrees. Hell, man, I remember growing up as a kid in Virginia, out in the Chesapeake Bay and the Atlantic Ocean, down in Virginia Beach. You go out there in the water, man, it was like bath water. It's very warm now here on the Pacific. The reason we don't have hurricanes here because this water is cold. It gets down to 55 degrees. The hurricane can't survive in that. It doesn't thrive on cold water. And so when you see them going further north, the water is a little cooler up there, off the coast of New York and Maine and Nova Scotia. Every now and then there's a storm that gets up that far. But it's not that often because the water is cooler. That jet stream goes out away from the Atlantic coast. And I'll tell you, you listen to a guy that know because that's where I was born and raised. I know about it. See, you guys sitting there in Chicago, all y'all know is Lake Michigan. And the Illinois River.
Cold.
And the Mississippi
River.
It's
cold.
That it is.
And you were here in Chicago long enough to know that they don't play.
That's true.
When it gets cold, it gets cold.
Absolutely. I think I jumped into Lake Michigan twice. Once when I was down at Burnham Harbor with my boat out there, and I jumped off the back of the boat. And I didn't stay in the water too long because the water was chilly.
You were sorry then.
Yeah, I was.
When you hit that water, you were sorry.
That is true. And that was in the summertime. It gets a little warmer, but damn. Not what I'm accustomed to. What are you laughing at over there, Carol?
Well, my phone just went off.
Went off?
No, I mean,
the power?
Playing some.
No, okay.
It dials people. It'll be sitting on my dresser and it dials people. Unless my cats are doing it.
Jesus, Carol.
That's the telephone ghost.
No, I think T-Mobile plays around when you don't want to buy a new phone. They say iPhone does it. All of a sudden your phone starts acting up.
Well, that's electronics for you. You know, it's they're gonna have little weird things that happen. They just released a bug fix to the Apple iOS 11, so now it's 11.0.1. And this morning, before we came on the air, we got a update on our video software, our streaming software. Thank God they didn't screw up the username and passwords again on Facebook.
So now are football players being dropped?
Who?
I see somebody saying sponsors are dropping NFL players from being in their commercials.
Oh, okay, well, whatever. You know, that's the Wall Street Republicans, you know, supporting the ignorant position of saying it's inappropriate for these ball players to express their constitutional right. You know, and these boycotts can go both ways, of course. We can also stop buying your products. So let's find out who they are.
I only go to the dollar store.
Yeah, well, some of those things you buy at the dollar store might be some of these people, the Koch brothers.
That's right.
They're making
Yeah,
all the
that's
toilet
right.
paper and the paper towels, and you'd be surprised what those guys
I like
make.
the dollar store. Do any of you guys go to the dollar stores?
I do
Well, I
from
try to
time
stay
to
away
time.
from it, but every now and again I'll go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why do you try to stay away? You can get cleaning
Well, little-
supplies, baggies.
No, you're right. The little knickknacks. It's just that some of my friends go to, like, I guess the Beyond Dollar store that sells like steak and chicken. If it's $1, I ain't going near it.
Well, some people
$1
I
worth
see
of
them
chicken.
literally, that's where
Oh,
they buy
hell
their
no.
groceries. That's what they can afford.
There might be some monkey you buy and you
All
think
right.
it's chicken.
Yeah, that dollar stuff. It's just the fact that that's beyond cheap. You might as well give it away for free at that point. Talk about the food. and
Yeah,
stuff.
it makes
I
you
mean, my
wonder
God.
about the quality of it at such a low
Exactly.
price. Yeah, I get you.
Right.
But on the other hand,
I have friends I know that buy the food and they're alive.
yeah,
Oh,
well,
good for them.
I'm sure some of it is okay. And then there are people who think that if you pay $12 a pound for some chicken breast versus $2.99, that $9 or $12 a pound is more better. it might be a little bit, but is it that much of a difference? $6
Never know.
difference
Yeah.
per pound? Oh no.
It might. It may or it might not. I mean, it's always been a big sham anyway with us as consumers.
Yeah.
Because they want to get more for their buck. So, for example, if you like steak and go out to a steakhouse, you're paying for the steakhouse, not really the steak itself, because
Right.
the steak itself is really. You go to your local grocery store and go to the butcher. It's really you get a thick cut of meat and it's
Same
nice
cut.
and price wise.
Right.
Yeah, exactly. It might be cheaper, and it
Right.
usually is.
Yep.
You go to a steakhouse, of course, they jack the prices up because you're there for the ambiance and
The
bread and
experience.
circuses. Exactly.
Yeah,
right.
the guy comes out with a little white apron wrapped around his belly, and
Exactly.
you know, I have to ask him 16 times for some extra butter. Yeah, those guys. Yeah,
Right. Exactly.
You
Oh,
end up
man.
with a bill for $6,000.
Thank you. Right. Yeah, it's like, hey, what the hell, man?
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Hey.
I love that place.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah, I go there
Oh,
all
let-
the
let me-
time. I love that place.
Yeah, that's why I stay broke. Don't worry about it.
Right,
He'll
right.
be all right. Right.
Yeah, it's a great steak, the best steak in the world.
Ah, yeah, that steak
Yeah,
is nice.
steak real good. Well, it's really
Hey,
tender,
hey,
and
man,
juicy.
it's nice and tender. not
Yeah,
nice
nice
and
flavor
red.
to it. Nice, real fresh, real fresh.
Man, I'm telling you, it tickles my taste buds. Oh my God. Hey,
Yeah.
you ain't got $20 I can borrow? Hell no.
Ah, no,
Man,
I
I'm
gave it to
broke.
the steakhouse.
Yeah, the steakhouse.
Steakhouse,
Nice.
man. Yeah, go there next year. Save up a
Can't
whole
go
year.
until next year.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's funny. Some people, but some people think that the more you pay for something, the
True.
better it is. It's got to be,
Yeah.
man. It's $27,000 a pound. What are you
Right.
gonna do? Smoke it? You know? Gee. But yeah, there's some people that live by that. Well,
Right.
I got
That's
this
true.
$187,000 car. It's much better. Oh, yeah.
Hey, somebody's letting you know there's a 2015 Chevrolet Suburban on sale in
2015.
North Carolina at the CarMax.
Yeah?
One of your
Was it on Facebook?
Anthony Hamilton sent you a message.
Only Anthony would do that, yeah. But you know what? Listen, if the price is right, I'll go to North Carolina and pick up was that a Suburban?
Yeah, Chevrolet Suburban.
Yeah. I saw one that, I think it was a 2016, but it's like north of here, about 100 miles north. And it was a good price, but it had like 80,000 miles on it. That's not bad. Shit, I got almost that on my new car.
What is Hung Chow at the dollar store? One of your friends, Darius.
Hung
Dollar
Chow?
Hung Chow at the dollar store, not going to touch it.
I don't know.
What is Hung Chow? Is that some kind of Chinese food they have?
I'm guessing,
I
yeah.
only buy like cleaning stuff and baggies and things like that.
Yeah.
And I'll buy containers. I don't usually buy their food.
Well,
their drinks. I might get Gatorade and.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah,
I mean, Gatorade is Gatorade, right?
You know, why should I go to a regular store and pay $2 or $4 more?
But you know, I've
baggie's
noticed
a baggie.
that with some of these dollar stores, low price places, they'll say $1 for a bottle of Gatorade or whatever. But I noticed that the size of that bottle is smaller than the bottle that you might get at a Vons or a Ralph's or whatever. So is that how they can sell it for less?
No,
because of the
sometimes
portion
they
is
have
smaller?
the bigger ones too.
Yeah.
Now the 99-cent store by us, I won't go there because it's not 99 cents.
What is it, $1?
$3
Oh,
and that.
okay.
And they're really rude because remember I went and picked
Yeah.
up something for Josefa and it
Yeah.
didn't work.
Yeah.
And they wouldn't take. They started
Oh, is that the
embarrassing
store?
me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Saying that I touched it. I said no, they weren't used.
Mm.
And they were Asian. I don't like, and I'm not racist, but a lot of your Asian stores, they're real assholes. What the hell is Hung Chow though?
I don't know what Hung Chow is.
Let me jump in and say this. This has just been reported. NBC News, Entertainment World reports that actress Julia Louis-Dreyfus reveals she has breast cancer.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's not good.
Who is this?
Julia Louis-Dreyfus.
Oh.
So it says here, record-setting Emmy winner and Veep star Julia Louis-Dreyfus has breast cancer. Yeah, she's good people. The actress revealed the diagnosis Thursday in a tweet sent to her approximately 780,000 followers. She mentioned 1 in 8 women get breast cancer. Today, I'm the one. And then it goes on from there.
That's bad.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, going back to the SUV, I'm looking at a story here. It says, firefighters rescue woman from SUV stuck in rising floodwaters, and this is in Oklahoma City. Now, folks, there are going to be a lot of used cars, or not going to be, there are a lot of used cars on the market right now that are coming out of Florida and Texas and Louisiana and other places that were affected by the flood. So one of the first questions you want to ask, is this car or was this car involved in any flooding? They'll go in and fix them up, take out the carpet and chairs, seats, and, you may not be able to tell. But that you want to ask that question. Was this car from Houston? Was this car from Florida? And they have to disclose that. So be mindful of that. Here's a SUV, a Suburban, which is a car that I would love to have right now.
Yeah, but wouldn't the gas be kind of high?
Yeah, it is. But your fares are a lot higher, too. So,
remember I told you they sent a Suburban for me and my friend, and he just paid for the small car.
Yeah, well, depends on the driver and the software that he sets up. If he sets up to accept a Uber X, which is a regular Uber or regular Lyft, then they can only charge you at that rate. but he can turn off the Uber X. He can turn on XL or SUV or whatever. So yeah, you could get an SUV. That is very true. But that's controlled by the driver. So it may have been a little slow time for him. So he says, okay, well, let me just take any kind of ride. I might get a good ride.
Well, I told you he had a big tip jar, and he had lots of tips in it.
Mm-hmm.
He had it sitting right where you would see it, tips.
Hey, now, Lee, let me ask you again how that works. So, for example, with the whole Uber thing, when you get a fare, how does that work? You get a percentage, of course, and of course, some goes to you and some goes to Uber?
That is true. That is correct.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So
75% or thereabouts goes to you. And the rest of it is fees that, depending on where you pick the person up. I'm just showing this flooding here of this SUV in this.
I see it.
Yeah. But yeah, they take off whatever expenses. If you pick up a person at the airport, there's an airport fee that goes directly to the airport. It's like a tax. Okay. And then Uber gets his percentage and whatever else comes off the top, and then the driver gets the rest. Now, since we're talking about it, the problem for most drivers, unless you're doing it out there full time and working 8, 10, 12 hours a day, it's going to be hard to make that a full-time hustle just off of the ride money. There are other perks and opportunities to make extra money aside and above and beyond the money you get off of the fare, the different rides that you do. But we'll talk about that another time. But on the ride money, in the beginning, when Uber first came out, it's my understanding that the fare was a little bit higher. But then, more competition came into the market with Lyft and maybe some other small regional or city services. The competition has driven the overall price down. So the driver is not making as much money as they did 5 or 6 years ago.
Okay.
Because the rates were higher. They may have been charging $1.50 or whatever it was. I don't know what the fare was. But now in Los Angeles, and it varies from market to market, it's 90 cents a mile, 15 cents a minute. Out of that 90, the driver gets 67.5%, or 67.5 cents out of the 90. So roughly, it's supposed to be around 75% that the driver gets. But in my opinion, my view, that 90 cents a mile is too low. The taxes are $3 or $4 a mile. Right. So if you came in even at $2, you're still going to be a lot less than the cabbies. And the driver then can make a decent wage out of it.
So either the driver, of course, can make a decent wage out of it, or you're breaking even?
Well, most drivers are barely breaking even now based on the percentages that they're getting on such a low fare.
Okay, got it, yeah.
You can be out there 8 hours and only do 12 rides or 10 rides. If it's a slow time and then you get a bunch of, $3, $5 rides, you ain't going to make much money.
No, of course not.
Yeah. But some drivers are okay with it. I had a driver the other night that took me to pick up a car, and she told me she didn't want to go out of her neighborhood. I said, how, you can't control that. She said, yeah, I know, but when I get a ride and it's going to take me up into the Hollywood Hills and stuff, I tell them, you got to get somebody else. I said, but you already have them in your car at that point. I know, but I can't do it. I just can't go up those little winding roads and all that. I said, girl, you need to stop driving.
No, my daughter's the same way.
Yeah, I know.
And she makes pretty good money.
Several drivers that way.
You get up there, you can't turn around, and you lose your phone thing. So
yeah, but
she said it's frightening.
I do it all the time.
Well, you're a man.
Oh, see, here we go. Now it's the battle of the sexes.
Yahoo! You's a man.
He is a man.
Yeah.
That's right. Don't get it twisted, baby.
Or you get that ball gag.
That's right. Treat me like a man.
That's right.
Yeah, right.
You sure you're right.
But yeah, but then there's other opportunities to make money. For example, let's say that Chris, you decide you want to do Uber and Lyft. Well, I send you my promotional code. You sign up with my promotional code. They may have a promotion, and it varies from city to city. But let's say in Chicago where you live, they may have a bonus deal of $250 or $300 or whatever it might be that you receive above and beyond whatever the fares are for the first 100 rides in 30 days. And to do 100 rides in 30 days is nothing. You can do it in less than a week.
Right.
I had a person that I referred. She did it in 3 days. She did, I think it was 90 rides or whatever it was, 75 rides.
Right.
She did it in 3 days, but she was an animal. She was seriously out there. So you can get that bonus money pretty quick, plus whatever you made off of those rides, that first 75 rides. Then you, once you're in the system, you can do the same thing. You can refer somebody, and if they hit the 75 or 100 or whatever it is in that amount of time, boom, you get a piece of that action as well. So here in L.A., I think it's $250 for the first 75 rides, and then you referring that new driver. Once they hit that 75, you get $500. So there are drivers or Uber guys. That's all they do, and they do very little driving. So they go out and recruit people to become drivers, and encourage them to hit those points. And some guys are making $2,000 or $3,000 a week just bringing in new people. And it's not hard to do once you really get it rolling. And the people that I've referred are all former passengers. They get in the car and say, have you ever thought about driving Uber? Well, yeah, but I don't know a lot about it. So then I give them the basic 411 and then give them my code, and boom. Some sign up, some don't. But there's all kind of ways of making money from it. And then you never know who you're going to get in the car. Let's say you are doing it part-time and you have a catering business. And then somebody gets in the car and they say, yeah, I mean, I'm getting ready to get married and blah, blah, blah. But say, you have a caterer? No, we haven't gotten that far yet. Well, here's my card. I'd love to do your wedding for you. Oh, yeah, cool. So I'll give you a good price. You see, so it based on things like that, there's all kind of opportunities. You pick up 100 people a week, you might get somebody that's interested in what else you're doing. Maybe you're a photographer or website developer, and you're just doing the Uber and Lyft on the side for a little extra money.
Right.
So there's all kind of opportunities like that.
And the reason why I was asking about that was I was taking the Uber, Lyft, quote unquote Uber, stick with that, home when I was leaving WVON this past week, and the driver, for example, we got about maybe halfway home, and I'm hearing this noise. I'm hearing.
No,
seriously, I kid you not. No, I'm serious. I heard. And I thought I was like, that sounds like me when I'm asleep. I ain't asleep, of course. So I look over at dude, and he woke up. So he kept going. So I was like, maybe I heard wrong. Okay, not a problem.
Yeah.
Then I kid you, about 2 minutes later. No, I did. And something stopped. So I said, "Excuse me, sir, were you just snoring just now? Were you asleep?" No, I got a cold. That's a hell of a fucking cold, man. You should get that shit taken out, but get it out. Go to the doctor like right now. No, I'm all right, man. I'm all right.
He's sleeping at the wheel, man.
Dude, he did it 3 times.
Oh my God! I would have said, "Yo, man, you get in the back. Let me get up front."
Yeah, I said when he pulled over to drop me off, I'm like, "You want to stay and take a nap?" No, man, I'm all right. No, you're not all right. You just snored 3 times back at the,
that's scary.
No, yeah, I didn't know. I didn't snore, man. I got a cold. I said, fuck you and your cold, man. You ain't got no damn cold. You're tired.
You better go home.
Yeah, I'm going to have to, dude, if I was you, take it easy. Don't do that. No, I'm all right. I'm like, all right,
that's what's scary, because they let almost anybody drive. I drove in one, and this guy hadn't been here that long, and he went to go through a red light. I go, what are you doing?
Well, cabbies do the same thing, and truck drivers.
So that he was a little scary because
Yeah.
he kept doing things, and it's
Yeah.
like, wow. I don't trust a lot of Uber drivers. I'm scared. Some of them aren't great drivers.
Yeah.
I mean, this. I'm not trying to look. There's nothing against people who are narcoleptic,
Yeah.
but not in front of the damn steering wheel. I'm like, dude, pull over and take a nap.
That wasn't Dr. Ron, was it?
No, that was not Dr. No, I know Dr. Ron when I see it.
Yeah, that's right. Dr. Ron ain't driving right now. No way.
No, he's not. No.
Yeah. Have you heard from him?
Yes, I have. I heard back from him around his birthday.
Mm-hmm.
This was around July, around the summertime. So
Okay.
we were invited to like a little get together.
Right.
Out in the suburbs for like a little, drinks and stuff like that. So yeah.
Yeah, man. So, yeah, but you know what? Listen, it's like anything else. If you are a conscious person and you want to try out the Uber and Lyft thing, I mean, you can do well with it.
Well,
I mean, I can do $200 a day, and you don't have to work all day. There's an art to it, and you have to learn your market. Number one, you need to learn where to go to get good rides. And what I call a good ride is a ride that's $20 or more.
right.
And I'm just driving a regular Uber car. If it was a Uber XL or Black or SUV,
Right.
that same $20 ride could be $80 or $100, depending on the type of car you have.
Right.
So you could do $10, $20 rides, and boom, you're in the house. You made a couple $100.
Right.
So when you learn your market, depending on the city, you'll know where to go to get the longer rides. Airports is a good starting place, okay? Or if you go out into here in L.A., you go into the Valley. In certain parts of the Valley, people go to Hollywood a lot, Sunset Boulevard, the different places like that, especially on the weekends.
Right.
And to go from parts of the Valley to Hollywood is a $20, $25 ride. So you get a few of those, and you're good. Or you really get lucky and get one from the airport to San Diego. That's $130. Go up to Santa Barbara. That's about $115, $120. Go out to Palm Springs. You're looking at about $130 to $150, depending on the traffic, because the longer it takes, the more it costs, et cetera, et cetera. You go out to San Bernardino. You're talking $60, $70, $75. And then you go to those long places like that, and then you try to work your way backwards. Sometimes you get a complete turnaround. I've done that out in San Bernardino. I took a guy from Hollywood Boulevard to somewhere out in San Bernardino, and then I got on the call. As soon as the guy got out of the car, went to a In-N-Out burger place, and the guy took me right back to Hollywood Boulevard. I went, how cool is this?
Right.
So round trip total, thing was about $150
Okay.
in, hour and a half, 2 hours. Not bad. You're not going to get rich, but it's worth it. Or you could spend that same hour and a half and pick up 6 people for $3 each. So I like the long rides, okay?
Oh,
I like
well,
the longer ones.
Your girl's over here swinging on you, and your girl Laura Rice said Lee is running an Uber pyramid scheme.
You know what, Laura? let me see what she's saying. You know what?
Yeah.
In fact, today she wants to do some recording, so I'm charging you 3 times the normal rate. I'm gonna put a surge on you right now. Okay? Right now. Let me get over here and deal with your bovine.
Well, fellas,
Is it about
time
that time?
has come.
It,
The time
has come.
Laura hit me in the eye right at noon.
See?
So see, that was a low blow. That was a low blow, but I'm gonna get you.
Oh,
Get 'em,
breaking
man.
news, President Trump has authorized the Jones Act to be waived
About
for
time.
Puerto Rico. Will help speed
Did I
up.
just say that? Said that about 2 hours ago.
Did you really? I missed that, madame.
Yeah.
All right.
The Jones, he lifted the Jones Act God.
Well, I didn't know that.
Thanks for changing that subject.
Yeah, she missed it. So
Thanks
did
Well,
I.
I think
Changing the subject.
Lee missed it too.
Yeah, I
and
did.
Other people.
So next time, speak up, damn it.
Oh,
missed
like
it also.
I got a problem. I got a problem speaking. All right, y'all have good weekends now.
You too.
Don't drink
Hey,
no
you too.
Pepsis.
No, don't do the Pepsi. Leave it
Oh,
alone.
don't worry about it. Pepsi. I can't drink Pepsi no more anyway.
There you go. All
all
right, folks.
sugar.
Mountain Dew either.
God
Mountain
bless
Dew.
to all. Have a good weekend. We're out. We'll be back Monday morning. We'll do it all over again. Thank you for spending your days with us. We appreciate you. Without you, it's just Carol and I in it fighting like the odd couple. But it's all love. We thank you. Appreciate it. Spread the word. Hit the share button on all of our shows. Expose it to your friends so we can grow the base even bigger. God bless all. Be peaceful and send some money to the people in need. All right? Help out. Do the American thing. We'll talk to you later.